Hello Libra, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today we are doing readings for August 2024. We are using the Elder Futhark on Black Walnut runes, and we are using the Brian Froud Faerie Oracle. So let's start with a card from the Brian Froud Faerie Oracle. So we have, you have the Soul Shrinker. Okay. Literally my least favorite card in this deck. I'm afraid you might, this is like a warning. You're going to have to watch out for this. There are things in your life that are like, how am I putting this? It's like the things that you love, they're trying to make you embarrassed about the things you love, or the things you love to do. They're trying to make you feel bad about the things you love to do. This could be something like in the guise of like I don't agree with teasing. Like, teasing is just horrible. It's abuse. But because of that, like, that's the kind of thing, like, even if the other person laughs, it's still abuse. Like, it's still hurting the other person. So, but this is like, I think there's something in your life where you're dealing with somebody who is, even if they are doing it in like a jokey kind of way, it's something that is like making your soul shrink. Like, it's making you diminish yourself and be less, happy with it. It's like that thing about it. It's like if that I saw like a meme the other day. It's like, if you're the reason that somebody no longer sings or does things that they love, then you're a horrible person, and blah 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 blah. These people are never going to read this anyway. So, but anyway, it's, I think, just for the comforting of the people who have had this happen to them. But anyway, keep your eyes out this month for people who are going to be like this, or even things that are going to be like this, because sometimes we just sort of absently expose ourselves to things that do this to ourselves. Like, there's certain levels of exposure to social media that can just crush you. Just like you'll come away from looking at, from doom scrolling for a little while, and then you're like feeling horrible and you're wondering why. It's like, why am I feeling so sad? And it's like, well, was I not just looking through Facebook randomly for a half hour? It's like, well, there's your answer. So be aware this month of the things that are doing this to you. Just like keep that in mind. Like, if you suddenly feel worse than you did, like, look at what you've been doing and who you've been exposed to and what you've been exposed to, because that's something you need to pay attention to. And then cut it out of your life, or at least limit it. If you can't cut it out from your life, then at least put a limit on it. Like, I'm only going to spend, if I'm going to do this thing that I know makes me drained and feel bad, I'm just going to spend a little bit of time with it. Like, or if there's a person in your life, well, first of all, if there's a person in your life who's being horrible and abusive to you, please cut them off. You can still love them, just like don't let them back. But if there's a person that is in your life that, for whatever reason, you can't cut out of your life, and who does this to you, then definitely start to set up boundaries and limits and things. But this is not a counseling channel, and I am not registered or qualified. But based on experience, it's okay to do that, because you only have the life that you have, and it's your life. So, central issue. That was a long time talking about this, and I haven't even got to the runes yet, so let's get on with this. But I love you, Libra, and I wish for you to have the best and not this. So let's get started with the runes. Central issue this month is Isa. Isa is the rune of ice. Ice is the rune of stillness and standstill. It's the stillness through which clarity comes. And I think that's something that's happened, is that you've been really, really busy. Things have been very chaotic, and I'll get to that because that's definitely what's been happening. But now that there's a moment of stillness, you're like, wait a minute. Wait a gosh darn minute. Because you're having a moment of stillness and the clarity is coming through, and you're like, all this time things have been really chaotic, but this has been going on. Like, I've been feeling drained. I've been feeling like I have to diminish myself. I've been feeling like I'm not enjoying the things that I used to enjoy. Why is that? Who is doing that? Or what is doing that in my life? And then just like to really focus on that, because I think that's going to be your focus this month. And it's not going to be easy, because, like, man, all of us have had to have that moment of like, I can't ignore the fact that this is making me feel miserable. So I am not going to allow this anymore, at least in the capacity that I've been allowing it. So leading up to this, we have Hagalaz. Hagalaz is the rune of the hailstorm. This has to do with chaos and things that are out of your control. Also things that blow in like destructive weather and make a mess and then leave. So that's what sort of led up to this. And now you're sort of in the calm after the storm and you're like, wait a minute. I don't want to deal with that anymore. That is making me not be the whole me that I need to be in my life. So what's going to help you? We have Ivaz, which is the rune of the yew tree. This has to do with patience, slow growth, slow development, and step-by-step progress. It also has to do with moving between worlds, if that is your jive. But anyway, what it is saying is be patient with yourself on this, because the people who do this, it's like energy vampires. It's like the people who do this, they've had their whole lives to practice to doing this, and you don't. You've been doing not that. So it's very easy for them to come in and just blow in and take bites out of you and suck energy out of you, but they also do it in such a way that you don't notice until later. And so this is why it's so important to take the time to piece it together. So be patient with yourself as you piece this together, and look at the steps that you need to take. Like really work on, like, I know this is going to be a road ahead of me, but like focus on that. Focus on the steps that you're going to need to take to remove this from your life, at least to neutralize it. At the very least neutralize it. What isn't going to help you is we have Gabo. Gabo's the rune of the gift. It has to do with agreements, decisions, goals, and plans. It's about an exchange. I'm seeing this as obligations. You are going to be held back from doing this because maybe this is somebody to whom you feel obligated in some way. Maybe this is somebody who is holding obligations over you. Like that's another thing that sometimes these people do, is that they make you feel obligated to them somehow. And you are not obligated to stay in a situation where there's abuse going on or any sort of like forced diminishment of yourself. So you may be held back from doing what you need to do by this sense of obligation, but to heck with them. Just bring yourself back up to just like, I'm going to be patient with myself because this has been going on for a while and I have to be gentle with myself on this because they certainly haven't been. It's like that whole thing about, givers need boundaries because givers need to set boundaries because givers need to set limits because takers never do, or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to remember that quote perfectly when I stop this video. But anyway, it's basically you need to start to deal with this because you can't be allowing this in your life. So bring yourself back up to being patient and setting out your steps that you need to be taking towards eliminating this or neutralizing this. And what this is going to lead you to by the end of the month is you are going to be much stronger moving forward on your journey because you will have at least neutralized, if not eliminated, this from your life. So, because that's Raido, it's the rune of riding, it's the journey rune. So it's you're moving forward on your journey, but you will be taking this month to work this out, to sort this out. And I wish you all the best with this. I wish you all the best of luck with this. And that is your reading, Libra, for August 2024. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Bye.